Hey Muppet fans, this is Joe Hennis from Muppet fan site ToughPigs.com. We got a great review coming up for you. We have all of the new Diamond Select Muppet toys from the second series, including Animal and Bunsen and Beaker. And we also have Statler and Waldorf here. And they're all in stores now. You can get them at any toy store or comic book store. And we're going to open these things up and we're going to see what's inside. So stick around. We're gonna show you what's in this. Ow! In this thing. The camera moved. All right, so we're going to start with the Animal toy here in the Diamond Select series. As you can see, Animal comes with God, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least 9 pieces to that drum set, not including the drumsticks. Sorry for the glare there, guys, but. One of the issues that I've had with these toys is this packaging is huge. It doesn't really matter to me personally, but you know, for a toy store that's maybe trying to stock a bunch of these on the shelf, you know, maybe they can get 3 of them as opposed to 12 of you know, some Deadpool figure or something.
1, 2.
So we are gonna open this thing up. Let's see how that goes. This will be fun to do on camera. I've never actually done an unboxing before, so that'll be new for both of us. So this is Animal. Look at that. There he is. So like the other figures, it looks like he's a little wiry, by which I mean not that he's full of wires. He's very thin. That was the big problem with the Kermit one, not because it was off model. It was actually very much on model, but it made it so that it was hard to stand. So that's gonna be my first test. Can Animal stand? Here we go. Well, look at that. That is a standing Animal. Well, that's a look at that. He's not even, well, he's tipping a little bit. But hey, that was after 2 seconds of trying, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it's always a little surprising that they didn't include bases with these guys to keep them steady. Animal's usually in more of a crouch, so oh look at that, the jaw moves too. Look at that. So if you're really patient, you can make him talk. Looks like the eyelids do not move like the puppet, but that's okay. That would be a little surprising. He is really expressive. Look at that. Yeah, you could make him do all sorts of things that don't really have time to do at the moment. But man, I'm extremely impressed by this Animal. I'm also just happy that he's not pink, because a lot of Animal merchandise, I don't know if you've noticed, they make him pink, but he is red. Got this nice long chain. I'm sure you could attach that to all sorts of things. Your truck maybe. Let's see if he can stand while he's in this crouch pose that we see him in so often. I do have the arms up. That screws with the balance. Wow, look at that! Look at that! It's a terrible angle right there, but you could see he stands a lot better than some of the other characters. So Animal's a big win.
Thank you.
Next up is the Bunsen and Beaker pack. Look at that. Again, sorry for the glare, everyone. As you can see, they come with lots of little accessories, unlike Animal, who came with one big one, essentially. We'll go into the accessories in a few minutes, but I do appreciate that Diamond has been packing 2 characters into one. It really makes the price point worth the money. All right, yet another unboxing. Hope this one doesn't take as long as the last one. All right, and there we have it, Bunsen and Beaker, or Beaker and Bunsen, depending on how you wanna go after that. So these guys look pretty good. I'm actually impressed just holding them in my hand right now. I didn't expect their lab coats to be soft. They're a little soft to the touch. So let's take these guys one by one. We will have Bunsen. Well, you're just gonna take a little nap there, buddy. You enjoy. Okay, Beaker. Now, a lot of people complain when they first saw the photo of this guy. He looks off. And the funny thing is when you compare him to a lot of merchandise or a lot of photos, he does look off. He looks like his head is too small, or his hands are too big, or his legs are too short. But the truth is that this is actually very close to the puppet. If you think about the size of a puppeteer's hand, and then where that fits in the head, that's actually pretty accurate. So good on Diamond for figuring that out. So the joints, it's a new toy, so obviously the joints are a little stiff, but Beaker is not quite as expressive as Animal was. Yeah, not much you can do there. I'm a little worried of tearing his head off, which I guess Bunsen is not so worried about those things. All right, so now we're gonna do the old standing test. Can he stand on his own? Kinda. All right, yeah, the answer is yes, he can stand. Now, the packaging actually comes with a stand, so I wonder... Oh, 2 stands, look at that. So it seems like Diamond was starting to figure it out. Well, here's the odd thing. There's no hole at the bottom of his feet for the stand. What is the purpose of this? Well, that's super interesting. Yeah, Bunsen doesn't have it either. All right, so we got 2 useless stands. So thank you to Diamond for providing us with those. You listened to our pleas of getting stands, but you did not listen to our pleas to get holes in their feet to actually use them. Yeah, looks like Beaker has several joints in his knee, which is interesting. But with this lab coat, his leg can only bend so far back. That's a little limiting. Still, he's a really good looking figure. There's a lot of great detail in here, so that's something to really be pleased about. Let's move on to Bunsen. I'm assuming a lot of the same issues are going to be here. Oh, he's got a cool ball joint in his head. It gives him a lot of expression that Beaker doesn't have because his can only swivel. Yeah, same with the legs. They can only bend so much. Even though I can see that if it weren't for the lab coat, maybe that's why the lab coat is soft. I don't really have time to play with that right now. But all right, let's see if he'll stand on his own. Okay, yeah, that's a good standing test. That yeah, he's able to balance there. Happy about that. And we'll put them next to each other like they should be. Look at that. Look at those two lovebirds.
So I know scientifically that I am not being eaten by a gorilla.
The last of the Diamond Select figures for this series is this incredible Statler and Waldorf set. This thing is definitely the heaviest of any of them that we have, that we've seen, but you can see that's obviously because it comes with an entire balcony. It's just incredible.
No, I love French singers.
I love French fries.
French fries, I don't get that.
You didn't order any.
So I can't wait to get this thing open. Let's do that now, and we're going to fast forward through this thing because, man, it takes forever to get those friggin' ties off. So anyway, enjoy watching me, do this thing. All right, so here we go. Statler and Waldorf. Actually, they never sit that way. They always sit Waldorf on the left, Statler on the right. Okay, that's super important. Well, these guys look just like the puppets. That's pretty much the most important thing. Isn't it weird that people out there, including us, want to buy action figures of 2 old men? That's super weird. But in any case, let's take a look at Waldorf first. Well, Statler, you stay there. Don't go far. All right, so yeah, his joints are a little stiff. New toy that's going to happen. Or he's got arthritis. That's just as likely. Now, I definitely want to check the standing test for these guys, but honestly, it doesn't matter as much. Oh, look at that, his waist moves. Look how weird that is. Okay. Yeah, the standing test doesn't matter as much because I don't know about you, but like my guys are going to be sitting in their chairs. They're probably not going to be standing very much. But hey, you know what? That's the test that I set up, and we're just going to keep with it. So both these guys have a bit of a hunch to them. Looks like the hunch is necessary to keep them standing anyway, to keep the balance right. So that's good. So here, Waldorf, you stay there. Let's take a quick look at Statler. Statler looks great. It's great likeness of Statler. Really feel like he's gonna come alive. Yeah, he's got the swivel waist too, the high pants. It's important. He's very old. Kind of interesting to figure out how to make these guys look like they're complaining. Like, that bear. I hate that guy. Sorry, I don't do impressions. All right, well, Statler is a bit spindlier than Waldorf, so he might have a little trouble standing up, but you know, we've had pretty good luck with that so far, so let's see how this looks. All right, have you stand? Well, look at that, right away. All right, well, that's a huge improvement. My Kermit the Frog will never ever stand up, but Statler, Waldorf, Bunsen, Beaker, Animal, they're all standing just fine. Yeah, look at that. Look at those two old guys.
What are you looking for?
My contact lens.
So here I've set up Animal's drum set. I'm sorry that I didn't let you guys see the unboxing aspect of that, but those twist ties are murder, and really should use a scissor. Definitely have pricked fingers. That is really not fun. Anyway, so Animal, you can see, comes with the boy, I don't know anything about drums. The big thing, a few little ones, 3 of the assembly things. Also back here, the kick drum and the stool. Now, as I showed you before, Animal kind of crouches. Well, there's a problem already. Animal crouches okay on his own, so he doesn't really need the stool. But oh, why not? Let's see how he fits on that stool. We'll move these things around. Now, already, as you can see, as I'm doing this, some of these pieces are just, oh, that actually helps a lot. Look at that. Well, some of these pieces are just too thin. Look at this. If you're like, for me, I keep my figures, a lot of them on the on my dresser. Now I'm opening a drawer every day. It's going to jostle at least a little bit, but look at this. I'm going to move the table just a bit. Everything falls. Like, that sucks. So I don't know. I'm like, do I really need 3 of these things? Probably not. Would have been nice if maybe the base was weighted down, but as it is, it just makes it really hard for anything to stand. It still looks cool, and I think the best part of it is definitely this the big kick drum where it's got the Dr. Teeth logo. If you remember from the Palisades set, instead it had a like a sound wave. Unfortunately, I don't have that in front of me right now. You could probably look it up on the internet. Muppet Wiki has a lot of pictures. So I really appreciate this. You know, oh, see, everything's going. Everything's gone. Everything's done. What am I doing? Forget it. Knock them all over. Forget that. Here's what you see when you open up Statler and Waldorf's balcony set. Just a few pieces, but they're huge. Have not even tried to put this thing together yet, so I thought I would do that in front of you guys. All right, now this is not the best angle. That's a better angle. Look at that. That's beautiful. That looks just like the balcony on the show. That's amazing. So here, we're gonna get these chairs in there, and then we'll see, let's see, get these guys in a sitting position. Again, new toys. The paint is still a little sticky. There we go. Hope they're enjoying this. There you go. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, good enough. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe it makes more sense to try to fit him in the chair and then put the whole thing in. You know, it's a trial and error process, you guys. We'll see how this works out. All right, that looks good. Looks like he fits. I like it. All right, now let's get Statler in his sitting position. Oh, he moves a little bit easier. He's got those long, skinny legs. Go all the way down to the floor. All right. Thankfully, I'm pleased to see that their butts actually fit in the seats. That was something that maybe I wouldn't have thought of if I was designing these things. Or maybe that's the first thing you would think of. Who knows? All right. So, good news. They fit in the balcony. Oops. Okay. As I say that, they're falling out of their chairs. No, we're good. So they do fit in the balcony. Again, terrible camera angle. That's my fault. Don't take the camera angle out on the good folks at Diamond. But yeah, there you go, man. They're in there. That looks just like this. That's beautiful. This is worth every penny. This is absolutely the highlight. I'm gonna go as far as to say this is the best piece of Muppet merchandise that's come out in the last, I don't know, 5 years. Just outstanding. The kind of thing that we all hope that they would do with the Palisades toys. Kind of thing that the fans would really go nuts over this. It's a beautiful piece. Like every detail, just without checking the show at the moment, just seems very accurate. Really, really great piece that I think a lot of Muppet fans are going to want up in their homes. So well done, Diamond. And sorry guys, you're going to toss around a bit. It's like they're on a cruise ship. Sorry. Speaking of Palisades, let's compare all these toys that we saw today to the Palisades and see how they match up. So Animal, as we can see, this is the Palisades version here compared to the Diamond Select version. A lot of similarities, but man, if you really look at their faces, sorry about the shadows there, guys. One of them looks a lot more like the puppet than the other. Definitely a lot of improvement with this Diamond one. Palisades ones are also they're always going to be a little bit bigger, so keep that in mind when you're comparing them. Both the figures have working jaws, which is an interesting similarity. It's interesting also to see the designs themselves and how they differ. This Palisades animal has the cuffs on his ankles and his wrists, whereas the puppet and the Diamond version does not. So I guess that's a plus on their side, unless you're really into spiky cuffs. That might be your thing. I don't know. But everything else is pretty similar. As you can see, the Diamond one doesn't have quite as much articulation. His knees are stuck in the bend position, whereas we have a lot of articulation here with the Diamond Select one. And, really, honestly, I mean, this is a great figure, and I'm really pleased to have it, but this is just a huge improvement despite a slightly smaller size. Bunsen and Beaker here, as you can see. Now, let's start with Beaker. The Palisades Beaker has this super tall hair, which I always assumed was correct, but man, if you look at the puppet, the Diamond one is much more correct, much more accurate. We were talking before about how the Diamond Diamond figure is much closer to the puppet, but the proportions of this Palisades figure just seem more natural. It's a lot more about the character. Actually, I might like this one a bit more because of that. If you were going to draw a picture of Beaker, this is what it would look like. This guy, accurate, yes, but only technically. I don't really know what I mean by that. You can make your own assumption. But this one's almost more cartoony, which I appreciate. And, it almost takes advantage of the fact that he doesn't have much articulation because he's a stiff character. I feel like I could hit someone with this thing, whereas this guy is a little more, fragile and soft.
You can even store a whole bunch this way.
I find it interesting that they both have the same pointed finger. I don't know, did Bunsen point his finger a lot? Is that a thing? I don't quite recall. The faces, I know that Bunsen currently has this bright green skin, but I feel like if you watch the old Muppet shows, it's more of like a dull yellow. So I don't know. Maybe it's accurate now. Maybe not. Maybe it was just my TV. Who knows? But everything else seems pretty similar. Let's look at their faces real quick. Bunsen here, this is the Palisades one. He is a closed mouth. He's got some very smooth figures. Actually, if you kind of blur your eyes a bit, you can't really see his nose and mouth at all. Whereas they're a bit more distinct here on the Diamond one. Of course, his mouth is open a little bit, but he's also got a little bit sharper of a nose. And also the skin is a little bit smoother. It doesn't have that same texture that I think all of the Palisades figures had, with the exception of maybe the Swedish Chef's hands. I actually don't remember. I'll have to check that out. But otherwise, they are both pretty similar. I worry about the glasses on both of them. I've heard a lot of stories about the Palisades figures when they would fall off your shelf. The glasses would just completely shatter off. Whereas I haven't heard that yet about the Diamond one, but I guess it's a matter of time before someone proves that theory one way or the other. I am also glad to see that the glasses are glued on, unlike Scooters, which we talked about in another review, which could easily fall off, get lost, whatever. But otherwise, they both pretty much nail the character pretty well. One thing that I really love about all these Statlers and Waldorfs is how they all have feet that are dangling off the ground. They're just very tiny men in very large chairs. So let's just get started here. I'll start with Waldorf. Waldorf here, I gotta say, the Diamond one seems to have really captured the current puppet a lot better, as opposed to the old Muppet Show puppet. Whereas this one, the Palisades one, does look great, but it looks more like an actual old man. I'm not sure this is the one that actually comes to life and talks to Fozzie Bear and tells him that he's terrible. But otherwise, the suits are pretty similar. The articulation is actually pretty similar. They both have joints in the waist to make them swivel. There's not much else to say about that. That's Waldorf, all right.
Personally, I don't care for puppets much. I don't find them believable. I don't believe you.
Statler. All right, so he is the biggest thing here is he's wearing a blue suit here and a gray suit here. It looks more like a mortician in from the Palisades version. But yeah, look at how angry he looks here in the Palisades one. Like he's pissed about something. Whereas here he's just ornery. He's just an old man who has stuff to complain about. So I think the puppet likeness here again, almost every time is going to be with the Diamond version. I don't know if you could see here, their noses actually are slightly different. It's a little more pointed here with the Diamond one, a little more rounded here with the Palisades one, which is interesting. It's almost as if the Palisades version is older than the Diamond toy. Like this is Statler after 20 more years of sitting in that balcony and having to watch a terrible variety show. Otherwise, they're both pretty similar. I appreciate they both got to keep their little humps, their scoliosis from having to sit in these uncomfortable looking chairs for so long. But I'm going to actually sit these guys on the side for a second just so we can look at the chairs. Now, we never really got a good look at the chairs on the Muppet Show, but there's a lot more craftsmanship in the old Palisades chairs. You can see there's a texture to the fabric, and you could see the curve of the cushion and the buttons that go in there, and the ornate design in the wood of the chair. Of course, it's all fake, but here on the new versions from Diamond, it looks a lot simpler. This looks like the kind of thing that you would see like a cheap party at a banquet hall, where they just need 150 chairs in this room, and let's just put a bunch of seats in the carcasses. Of course, it doesn't really matter because they're all going to be covered up by old man butts, but there you go. That is Statler, that is Waldorf, and that is Waldorf, and that is Statler.
I think that number raises a pertinent question.
What's that?
Why did they do it?
There you have it, folks. This is our lineup for the second series of Diamond Select Muppet toys. Man, I gotta say, for the figures themselves, they are just absolutely spot on. If you want Muppet figures, if you want Muppet action figures, this is absolutely the way to go. Not that you have many options, but there you have it. They really just nailed them. My favorites are absolutely Statler and Waldorf. If you can get your hands on that balcony set, you win. That's it. You won the Muppet fan game. That's all you need. So this will go great with the first series that you got earlier. Hopefully there'll be more series coming later. And I just want to say thanks to the folks at Diamond Select for continuing to be the pinnacle of Muppet merchandise makers at the moment. It's a lot of alliteration. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And I hope that Disney sees fit to give us some more licensees that are committed to bringing us such high quality products as the Diamond folks are. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you when we have more stuff to review.
Toys love to play.